Have you ever just looked around and wondered why it feels like a tiny fraction of people are just winning at life, while almost everyone else is stuck, struggling? I mean, what really separates the legends from the rest of us? It's definitely not just luck, and it's not just about grinding harder either. The secret, believe it or not, is all about how you end your day. Okay, let's get into this.
You know the feeling, right? Maybe this sounds familiar. Someone who's tried everything. I mean, they've put in the hours, they've made the sacrifices, they've given it their all, and they just keep hitting a wall. They lie in bed at night, completely exhausted and feeling broken, but they know they have to get up and do it all over again. If you have ever felt that kind of helplessness, then you're in the right place.
So that brings us right to the big question. If working harder isn't the whole answer, then what is this invisible wall? What is the one thing that the successful few know or do that the rest of us just seem to miss?
And the answer, honestly, is so simple it's almost hard to believe. It all boils down to those last few moments before you fall asleep. See, that time isn't just for shutting down your body, it's the master key to unlocking pretty much anything you want in life.
This is what we're going to call the 2-minute secret. The whole idea is that for about 2 minutes, right as you're drifting off, you hit this magical window of opportunity. This is your prime time to directly communicate with and program your subconscious mind, the part of you that does all the heavy lifting while you're asleep.
So look at this, because it really lays out the choice we all make every single night. On one side, you've got what most of us do, right? Mindlessly scrolling on our phones, soaking up bad news, and then trying to sleep while our minds are just racing with anxiety. You're basically spending that precious time programming your mind for more worry. But on the other side, you have this incredible alternative. Using that exact same time to consciously, intentionally, give your subconscious a mission, you're programming it for success.
And listen, this isn't just some vague spiritual concept. Neuroscience actually has a name for this. It's called the hypnagogic state. As you start to doze off, your brain waves literally change. They shift from that busy, active beta state down to the much calmer alpha and theta states. And that is the magical zone. It's that twilight moment where your logical, critical mind finally quiets down and the door to your subconscious just swings wide open.
But here's the really wild part. While the name might be modern, the idea itself is ancient. This isn't some new age life hack that someone just invented. It's more like a lost science, a timeless truth that the wisest people and civilizations have known about for thousands of years.
I mean, just look at how universal this is. In the ancient Vedic texts from India, they called it Yog Nidra, which basically means the yoga of sleep. The ancient Egyptians literally built sleep temples where people would go to get answers and healing in their dreams. Fast forward to someone like Thomas Edison. He famously used this exact state to solve problems and get those lightning bolts of inspiration for his inventions. It's all pointing to the exact same powerful truth.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get to the really good part, the how. How do you actually do this? How do you give that command, that one critical question, to your subconscious mind and, well, to the universe itself?
It's actually just 5 simple steps. First, just lie down, get comfortable, and let your body completely relax. Second, gently bring your attention to your breath. Just watch it go in and out. This quiets the mental chatter. Third, ask your one question, the one big thing you need an answer to. Now, step 4 is the most important part, and it's where everybody gets it wrong. You absolutely do not try to answer it. Don't even think about it. Your job is to just release the question. Let it go. And finally, step 5, just drift off to sleep. Become an observer, a witness, trusting that the answer is already on its way to you.
So what happens after you let go of the question? Well, in psychology, there's this thing called the Zeigarnik effect, which says our brains are wired to remember unfinished tasks. So by asking a question and not answering it, you're creating an open loop. Your subconscious then gets to work all night long, digging through your memories, forming new connections, and tapping into what the ancient Vedas called Hiranyagarbha, this kind of universal superconsciousness, a knowledge bank where every possible answer already exists.
Okay, so the technique is incredibly powerful on its own, but there is one final, essential ingredient that really makes it work. It's the fuel for the engine. Without this one thing, the whole technique can fall flat. And that thing is your emotion.
The specific feeling you're going for is a Sanskrit word, shraddha. Now, this isn't just hoping or wishing. It's a deep, absolute, unwavering trust. The best way I've heard it described is to think of a little kid asking their mom for something. The child doesn't stress about how it's going to happen. They just ask with this total certainty that, of course, their mom is going to handle it. That is shraddha.
There's this beautiful line from the ancient Upanishads that says it all. The divine resides in the feeling.
Your feeling is the vibration you're sending out. If you ask a question but you're filled with doubt, you're sending a messy, confused signal. But when you ask with that complete trust, with Shraddha, you're sending a crystal clear, powerful signal out into the universe.
So think about it like this. Your sleep isn't just rest. It's an 8-hour practice session every single night. If you go to sleep marinating in worry and doubt, you are literally practicing failure for 8 hours straight. But if you fall asleep holding that feeling of hope and deep trust, that Shraddha, you are practicing success for 8 hours. You choose the practice, you get the result.
So let's pull all this together. Your brain is a supercomputer, more powerful than anything ever built. And those last 2 minutes before you fall asleep, that's when you get to install the software for the night. You and only you get to decide what program is going to run.
And really, the most amazing takeaway from all of this is how simple it is. We're not talking about some complicated hour-long ritual. It all comes down to just 2 minutes. 2 conscious, intentional minutes every night. That's it. That's all it takes to start changing the entire trajectory of your life.
So tonight, as you're getting ready to sleep, put the phone down. Let the noise of the day fade away. Turn your attention inward. Because the only question that really matters now is the one right here. What will you ask the universe tonight?